8 contenders make their way out to the stadium here in Antalya. Control, precision and elegant lines. The ultimate test of upper body strength and balance begins now. The men's pommel's horse at the Antalya World Cup, and here are the finalists. Qualifying at the top of the pile, the Jordanian Ahmad Abu Al-Sud. As you can see, he goes in the first rotation in 4th place, along with the second top qualifier, Nariman Kurbanov, the Olympian, who will go 3rd. So our top 2 contenders from qualification will be going in the first rotation. Going to see challenges as well from the United States of America's Patrick Hoops, 22-year-old, qualifying in 3rd place. Not too far behind him, Kazakhstan's Zaynullah Idrisov. Idrisov here, the 19-year-old. He's a specialist on the pommel. Suffers a little bit perhaps from living in the shadow of Kurbanov, his teammate, but he's a perennial medal contender. Certainly could threaten the podium here, as he did in Baku at the last World Cup, where he picked up the bronze. He's missed out on the pommel podium at the World Challenge Cup in Antalya here last year, finishing 4th. But often a World Cup result will give you something to work off. Ahmad Abu Al-Sud from Amman, the capital of Jordan, the most successful Jordanian gymnast of all time, and everyone on the circuit knows it's down to the huge amount of work that he puts in. 2022 World Bronze, 2023 World Silver, the first for any Jordanian gymnast. He's got an interesting story as well, as he was working his way up, but in fact almost gave up because he found it so challenging. He suffered from anxiety. Going and getting those world medals, and then faced the prospect of going in to compete as a favourite. And he's talked about how he's suffered a little bit of anxiety, looking over his shoulder at those coming up behind him. Slovenia's Gregor Rakovic will go first, the man from Maribor. He's just 20 years old. Another specialist on the pommel horse. First World Cup final, finished 12th in qualification at the Baku World Cup a couple of weeks ago. Cornerstone of artistic gymnastics that challenges the athletes to perform routines that require strength, balance and precision. Moving between the 3 sections of the pommel horse. The pommels are those grips on the top. Athletes move over the horse with their hands, performing maneuvers with their trunk and legs without stopping. Notoriously difficult to master. upper body strength is absolutely critical to supporting the weight on the horse as the athletes swing their legs around, attempting to do so with fluid and flowing motions. So getting us underway, the men's pommel horse here at the Antalya World Cup, Gregor Rakovic of Slovenia. Skipped out the middle there. It's going to put his difficulty score up a little bit. This is solid. Oh, just started to lose the legs. Perhaps just a little bit of loss of concentration there. So you can see the collapse of the legs coming as he was preparing for the balance. Interesting to see that the routines are changing on the pommel horse, the downgrading of the circular movements whilst facing downwards. We didn't see so many of those, and otherwise known as the Bender Schwing elements. They use so much in the routines. Well, it didn't quite work out in the end for Rakovic. It's going so well as well, but in the end the Slovenian just couldn't quite complete the execution of his routine. Started so well, but then as he was looking to go into the balance routine, that's where the legs broke. He goes into his handstand, just thinking ahead perhaps. And then the focus had gone. So, big drop from his qualification score of 13.633. Next up, 19-year-old Kazakh Zenola Idrisov. Can he get back on the podium? 2 World Cups in a row. He got bronze in Baku a couple of weeks back, matching the result he got at the Cairo World Cup last year. So far, so good. The legs are tight, heels together. Difficulty. A couple of transitions across the middle without putting the hands in the middle. Now, execution. How are the judges going to view that one? He's not happy. question is, did he miss out elements of his routine? Is that what the problem is? We get another chance to look at his form here. Just catching the end of the routine. Judges looking to see whether the legs are glued together where they're supposed to be, or do the gymnasts split and bend them. 14-3, I mean, that's not a sniffer, that's for sure. Scored a 14-2-3-3 in qualification. Now his teammate, Nariman Kabanov, the Olympian, got a silver medal at the Olympic Games in Paris last year. Two-time Asian champion, 2019 World University Games champion. The model of form and efficiency. Just look at the skips over the middle section as well. Much like his teammate. Facing the difficulty of his routine. The legs just a little higher than Idrisov. Solid. So the best time set so far was by Kabanov's teammate, Idrisov, 14-3. Well, that is a considerable step up. Now the top qualifier. Jordan superstar Ahmad Abul Al-Sud. .45.33 in qualification. Kabanov has put down a benchmark for the Jordanian to get up to, but look at the movement straight off the bat. Got to have supreme strength, power, discipline, concentration to keep up the rotations at this speed. And you've got to stay focused for the dismount. Or was there just a little slip there on the first placement of the hand from Ahmad Abul Al-Sud? Well, the first four have been through their routines. It was all looking so good until the very end. Speed, efficiency, difficulty, glide smoothness. And then that hand was the one that made the difference. Not the cleanest dismount. How will it affect his score? it's not enough even for the silver medal position provisionally. Abu Al-Sud sits in third. He's behind the two Kazakhs, Kabanov and Idrisov. Worst news for him is we begin the second warm-up. We've got some contenders in here. Brandon Dang, he could threaten. Russell Akhmadzada, Azerbaijani from Baku, where the last World Cup was, qualified in 8th position, his first Pommel World Cup final. Now a superstar, the Olympian Zhang Boheng. Team silver, all-around silver, horizontal bar bronze at Paris 2024 for the People's Republic of China athlete. Here's Brandon Dang, who will go 5th, born in California. He's a specialist on the pommel horse, took gold at the World Cup in Baku on his World Cup debut, raising his difficulty for the final by 0.2 points so that he could beat his teammate Hoops. And Hoops goes next. So the two Americans coming up now could challenge. Just joining us, you're watching the men's pommel routine and the final FIG Artistic Gymnastics 3rd World Cup of the season here in Antalya, Turkey. Brandon Dang, 19-year-old from the United States of America, looking to follow up from his gold medal performance at the last World Cup in Baku on the pommel horse. 14.634 the benchmark at the top at the moment, set by the Kazakh Nariman Kabanov. Now for the focus on the dismount. Not too bad. Anything above 14.2 will be enough for provisional podium. Just legs coming apart a little bit before the start of the dismount. He could get marked down there. There's a little bit of hope in that look. We haven't had a confirmed score as yet, but Brandon Dang has made his way out from the athletes' waiting area. I want to crack on because next up it's his teammate Patrick Hoops. Silver medal in Baku. Hoops, who's the NCAA 2024 champion on the pommel. Dang being sent back to the hot zone, the mix zone, where cameras are pointing at him as he waits for his score. Very much a goldfish bowl experience, isn't it, sitting there, the world watching on. Nerve-jangling moments. Well, they must be reviewing certain elements, certainly more than one element of the routine from Brown and Dang, the judges. Because this is a lengthy review by anyone's standards. As I said, notoriously difficult to master the pommel horse. To use their arms and upper body strength to support their weight on the horse. And just at the end of Dang's routine, he just lost a little bit of form with his legs. It's a known point of weakness, if you like, for all gymnasts. The transition from your movement over the pommel horse and into your dismount. Got to stay completely focused. Finish off the rotations before moving in to typically a handstand dismount. Well, that would suggest there is an IT error rather than anything else. Crowd keeping themselves entertained, as are the various delegations around the Ibrahim Chalak Gymnasium. Starting to warm up here on the turquoise coast in Antalya. Very popular holiday destination. Temperatures starting to warm up in the venue as well. Difficult for Brandon Dang as he waits for his scores to come in, but spare a thought for the three remaining athletes. pair to come out pretty rapidly after your the athlete that's gone before you. Patrick Hoops, perhaps the least experienced of the three remaining athletes. Still took a silver medal at the Baku World Cup, but perhaps hasn't had enough game time, if you like, or competition time to have experienced this kind of delay so much as the other two. Jang Boheng, multi-medalist from the Paris Olympics. Finally, there it is. And not quite enough. A 13 leaves Dang in fourth. Patrick Hoops, his teammate, out next. 22-year-old from Utah. Silver at the last outing. Single hand rotations on both hands, so difficulty scores not in a question. Execution so far pretty good. Thanks, perhaps could be a tiny bit higher on a couple of the sequences. Now getting ready for the dismount. Oh yes. Hello. After the long wait, Patrick Hoops has come out here in Antalya and put down a marker, I think. 14.634 set by Kabanov is the highest score so far. Hoops, though, has put down a great performance. Handshake there from Idrisov, currently sitting in second place, to his teammate Kabanov. Oh, be a delight to see this one again. Keeping his focus right the way through until the end, and that is a wonderful dismount. I think the best we've seen so far. And a threat here, dropping out 14.2, not enough to go even into second place, and it is exactly the same score as Abul Al-Sud, the Jordanian, who stays in third place. Penultimate contender from Baku, Azerbaijan, the 20-year-old Razul Mahmadzada. Made the final of the parallel bars at the World Challenge Cup in Antalya in 2024. This is his first World Cup pommel final. Well, there's a lot in that. Difficulty was 5.4 in qualification, not really up with the marks set by Hoops, and by Kurbanov. Is it difficult enough to challenge? 14-2 to break onto the podium, or more than 14-2. Didn't look as difficult as the man who preceded him, Hoops, who was unable to challenge the top 3 positions, currently occupied by Kurbanov, Idrisov, both from Kazakhstan, and Jordan's Abul Al-Sud. Well, 13-267 down to the difficulty score not being high enough. Now a man for the all-rounder, Zhang Boheng, the Olympian from the People's Republic of China, from Changsha, Hunan. He certainly could challenge the podium here. Hasn't got any international medals on the pommel horse. He's won 2 bronze and a silver medal at his national championships. No mean feat for a Chinese gymnast, and the difficulty just went up a notch there with missing out the middle part of the horse. Not bad dismount from Zhang. Now, can he do enough here? A 14-2, higher than a 14-2 for the podium for Zhang Boheng. Beautiful skills over the horse. (14.067) is not quite enough. So the classified results are in. Kazakhstan's Nariman Kurbanov takes gold from teammate Zinola Idrisov, and Jordan's move straight on to the medal ceremony for the men's pommel horse. The Jordanian Ahmad Abu Al-Sud claimed the bronze medal in a tight competition, but Kazakhstan lead the way as Zainola Idrisov takes the silver medal, as his teammate Nariman Kurbanov takes gold. What an event for Kazakhstan. does. Tight times for Abu Al-Sud, but Idrisov updated the Baku bronze to silver. Outdone by teammate from Kazakhstan, Nariman Kurbanov, the champion of the Antalya men's pommel horse.